You're done with the games, and you should be. No man should sit back while a woman crosses lines, tests his limits, or chips away at his self-worth. The truth? Most men never lay down the law early on. They stay quiet, hoping things will fix themselves. But silence only gives her permission to keep going. Respect isn't something you beg for, it's something you command. When a woman sees you clearly define your limits and follow through, that's when she pays attention. If you don't stand for yourself, you'll end up stuck in a loop of emotional manipulation, confusion, and bitterness. It's not about trying to dominate her, it's about owning your value and making sure no one, not even the woman you care about, crosses your line. In today's dating world, attention is cheap and games are everywhere. But the man who walks in with certainty, with presence, with boundaries that don't bend, he's the one who gets her respect. Women will always test men. That's nature. But how you respond tells her everything she needs to know about who you are. This video is your blueprint. You'll learn exactly how to establish your standards from the beginning, how to handle disrespect like a man with purpose, and how to show her without saying a word that you're not someone to play with. Let's begin. Sign number 1. Establish non-negotiable boundaries. The first step to ensuring women don't disrespect you is setting clear, non-negotiable boundaries. Boundaries are not about control. They are about self-respect. A man without boundaries is like a ship without a rudder. Women will naturally test your limits, and if you don't have clear lines, they will walk all over you. It's crucial that you make it known early on what is acceptable and what is not. This doesn't mean being aggressive or domineering, but rather being firm and confident in your stance. When you set boundaries, you're showing that you value yourself and your time. For example, if she constantly shows up late for dates or doesn't respect your time, you must address it immediately. Don't tolerate disrespect, even in small forms. If you let it slide, you're signaling that her behavior is acceptable. But when you stand firm, you send a clear message that your time and presence are valuable. You're not begging for respect. You're demanding it by refusing to settle for anything less than your worth. Setting boundaries is about making her understand that there are limits to what you will tolerate. Be clear, be concise, and don't apologize for it. If she respects you, she'll adapt. If she doesn't, then you know exactly where you stand. This is the first and most important step in stopping women from disrespecting you. Establishing your boundaries sets the tone for the rest of the relationship, and without them, you're setting yourself up for failure. By setting these boundaries early on, you show that you're a man who knows what he wants and will not accept anything less. You'll stop being seen as a nice guy who can be manipulated and instead become a man who commands respect. Women respect men who are self-assured enough to set these lines. And when you enforce them, you make it clear that disrespect will never be tolerated in your presence. Sign number 2. Be a man of action, not words. Actions speak louder than words, and this is crucial when it comes to stopping women from disrespecting you. It's easy to talk a good game, to tell her what you're about, but the real test comes when you back up those words with action. If you say you're the type of man who won't tolerate disrespect, you have to live that every single day. Women are always watching your behavior, and they'll quickly pick up on whether you're serious or just giving lip service. You must walk the walk. For instance, if you tell her that you don't tolerate being lied to, then don't let her get away with telling even small harmless lies. If you say that you expect to be treated with kindness and respect, then make sure that you're the first one to demonstrate that behavior consistently. The way you show up in the relationship, the way you treat her, and the way you handle difficult situations will either reinforce your stance or undermine it. If you let her get away with disrespecting you even once, you've just shown her that it's okay to continue doing so. That's why your actions are crucial. You need to demonstrate that disrespect will never be tolerated by walking away when it happens, standing up for yourself, or simply leaving the situation. For example, if she is rude or dismissive, don't react out of anger, but calmly and confidently remove yourself from the situation. This shows that your time and your peace of mind are non-negotiable and that you won't stick around for disrespect. Women respect men who show consistency in their actions. When your words align with your actions, you become a man of integrity. You stop being someone she can play games with or push around, and you start becoming someone she values. It's not just about talking about your standards, it's about showing her that you live by them every day. The key here is consistency. If you let disrespect slide once, she'll wonder if she can push you again. But if you constantly reinforce your standards through your actions, she'll know exactly where you stand. The more you live in alignment with your values, the more respect you'll command. You become a man of strength and clarity, And that is something women can't help but respect. When you show up consistently in your actions, you're training her to treat you the way you expect to be treated. This is how you create a relationship based on mutual respect. Words are empty without the actions to back them up. And the longer you let disrespect slide, the more it will undermine your position in the relationship. Be a man of action, and she'll start respecting you the way you deserve. Sign number 3. Don't chase her, make her chase you. One of the biggest mistakes men make in modern dating is chasing a woman. When you constantly pursue her, you give away your power and set the stage for disrespect. Women naturally gravitate toward men who are not easily available. Men who have their own lives and goals that don't revolve around her. If you constantly chase her, you're signaling to her that you're willing to drop everything to be at her beck and call. This behavior not only diminishes your value in her eyes, but it also opens the door for her to disrespect you. You need to flip the script. Instead of chasing her, focus on your own life, your goals, passions, and pursuits. When you're a man who has his own purpose, you become someone she has to earn time and attention from, not someone who is always waiting around for her. This is one of the most powerful ways to stop disrespect. When you place your value in yourself and your life, instead of seeking validation from her, you set a tone that demands respect. It's simple. People want what they can't have. When you're constantly there, always available, she knows she can take you for granted. But when you make yourself scarce, when you focus on your own ambitions and show that you have a life outside of her, you create an aura of mystery and value. Now, she has to earn your time. She has to show you that she's worth it. You become a challenge, a man who can't be easily had, and that's incredibly attractive to women. This doesn't mean playing games or being manipulative. It means focusing on your own life, working on your own growth, and only giving her attention when it's deserved. If she's disrespectful, don't chase her for reassurance. Don't beg for her attention. Walk away. Let her see what it's like when you're not there. This absence will create a void, and in that void, she will have to reevaluate her behavior. If she truly respects you, she'll start pursuing you instead. By not chasing her, you send a clear message. You're not desperate. You're not willing to tolerate disrespect, and you won't settle for anything less than a woman who values you. Women respect men who have their own lives and who don't need validation from them. When you make her chase you, you position yourself as the prize, something she has to earn, not something she can take for granted. Remember, the moment you start chasing, you lose respect. The moment you stop chasing, you reclaim your power. Women will stop disrespecting you when they see that your time, attention, and energy are not to be wasted. Make her chase, and she will begin to understand just how much you're worth. Sign number 4. Don't tolerate her drama. Every woman has her moments of emotional ups and downs, but there's a fine line between understanding her moods and tolerating toxic drama. If a woman is constantly bringing chaos, playing emotional games, or creating unnecessary tension, it's time to set a hard boundary. Drama is a sign of disrespect. It's her testing how much you're willing to tolerate. She wants to see if you'll accept her unpredictable, often manipulative behavior without standing up for yourself. Men who tolerate this kind of drama only open the door for more of it. They teach her that it's acceptable to be unstable, emotional, or disrespectful toward them. A real man doesn't engage in unnecessary drama, nor does he allow it to define his relationships. If she's constantly starting arguments over trivial matters or playing emotional games, it's time to draw a line in the sand. You must be clear and decisive about how much of her drama you're willing to accept. Let her know that you won't engage in drama-filled conversations. And if it continues, you'll distance yourself. Be prepared to walk away if she tries to pull you into her emotional whirlwinds. Let her know that your peace of mind is non-negotiable. Drama doesn't just mean explosive arguments. It can also manifest as manipulation, guilt trips, or trying to make you feel responsible for her happiness. If she tries to make you feel like you're always the one who needs to fix things, or if she plays the victim in every situation, you need to step back. Don't let her turn every issue into an emotional blackmail. Stand firm and call it out. A man who allows this kind of behavior only teaches her that he has no self-respect and is willing to be a pawn in her emotional games. It's important to note that this doesn't mean you should never have tough conversations. It's about not tolerating unnecessary emotional manipulation or constant conflict. Relationships need to have a healthy balance of respect and communication. If she continues to bring drama into your life and doesn't make an effort to address it in a mature way, you need to assess whether this is a relationship worth staying in. A man who tolerates disrespectful behavior, even in the form of drama, is only encouraging it. The more you allow her to play these games, the more she will test your boundaries and the less respect she will have for you. Don't be the man who sticks around in a relationship defined by constant drama. Step up and make it clear that you won't be a part of her emotional games. Show her that you have enough self-respect to walk away from situations that are unhealthy. When you stop tolerating her drama, you regain your power and self-respect. You stop being someone she can manipulate and turn into an emotional crutch. This will not only stop her from disrespecting you, but it will also elevate the standard of how she treats you moving forward. Women want a man who is grounded, who doesn't let himself get swept up in unnecessary emotional chaos. By refusing to tolerate her drama, you signal that you won't let her manipulate or control you. You protect your peace, and in doing so, you make it clear that you won't accept disrespect in any form. Sign number 5. Be confident, not arrogant. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a man can have, and it's also a key to preventing women from disrespecting you. The difference between confidence and arrogance, however, is crucial. Confidence means you know your worth, and you don't need anyone, including her, to validate you. Arrogance, on the other hand, comes across as insecurity masked by inflated self-importance. When you're confident, you attract respect naturally. When you're arrogant, you push it away. Confidence isn't just about how you carry yourself physically or how you talk. It's about how you handle yourself in every situation. A man who is genuinely confident doesn't seek constant reassurance from others, especially from women. He knows who he is and what he brings to the table. That mindset is what commands respect. When you enter a room or engage in a conversation, your confidence will tell her that you are not easily swayed by her opinions or behavior. It's the unspoken message that you will not tolerate disrespect because you know your value. To be truly confident, you need to stop seeking approval. Women respect men who are self-sufficient, emotionally independent, and unapologetically themselves. When you're constantly seeking her approval or trying to impress her, you give up your power. You start losing respect in her eyes because she can see that you're emotionally dependent on her validation. Confident men, however, do not chase validation. They give it to themselves. They know what they deserve, and they won't settle for less. But remember, confidence shouldn't morph into arrogance. Arrogance comes from a place of insecurity, acting superior, or trying to put others down to lift yourself up. A man who's confident is comfortable in his own skin and doesn't feel the need to belittle others. Confidence is quiet. It's in your actions, your demeanor, and your self-assurance. Arrogance, on the other hand, is loud and often off-putting. Women can sense insecurity behind arrogance. When you project confidence without bragging or belittling others, you create an atmosphere of respect. When you exude genuine confidence, you set a standard for how you expect to be treated. You won't tolerate disrespect because you know you're worth more than that. If she tries to undermine you or belittle your achievements, you won't tolerate it. You'll stand firm and let her know that you deserve respect. Confident men don't second-guess themselves or apologize for who they are. They have the courage to stand by their beliefs and to walk away from relationships that don't honor them. Here's the thing, when you're confident, you don't need to say much to make her respect you. It's your presence that speaks volumes. Confidence radiates from the inside out. And it's something women notice. They want a man who is strong, secure, and unwavering in his beliefs. They respect a man who knows his worth and isn't afraid to show it. But that confidence must come from within. You can't fake it. When you truly believe in yourself, others, especially women, will follow suit. To stop a woman from disrespecting you, be confident. Don't seek her validation, and don't second-guess yourself. When you walk in with your head held high, no one can take you for granted. You're not just demanding respect, you're commanding it, and women will take notice. Confidence is key, and with it, you set the standard for how you should be treated. Sign number 6. Establish boundaries and stick to them. Boundaries are the foundation of any healthy relationship, and they are absolutely critical when it comes to commanding respect from women. When you establish clear, firm boundaries and uphold them without wavering, you demonstrate that you will not tolerate disrespect no matter the situation. Boundaries are not negotiable. They are a reflection of your self-respect, and women will quickly recognize whether you're serious about maintaining them. The first step in establishing boundaries is identifying what you will and will not accept in a relationship. This includes everything from the way she talks to you to how much time and energy you are willing to invest. It also involves recognizing and addressing behaviors that undermine your values. For instance, if you don't tolerate dishonesty, you need to set a boundary around trust. and make it clear that dishonesty is a deal breaker. If you value your personal space, you must communicate that you need time for yourself and expect her to respect that need. The key here is consistency. Once you set a boundary, you must stick to it. Women will test your boundaries to see how far they can push. If you allow her to cross a boundary once, it's likely she'll do it again. She needs to know that there are consequences when she disrespects you. If she disrespects your time, your space, or your values, you must hold her accountable for her actions. This doesn't mean acting in anger or revenge. It simply means removing yourself from situations where your boundaries are violated. For example, let's say she constantly makes plans with you but cancels at the last minute without any consideration for your time. If you've already communicated that you value your time and that cancellations are unacceptable, you should follow through by holding her accountable. The next time it happens, don't just accept the excuse. Instead, calmly walk away from the situation and make it clear that you expect respect for your time and efforts. The more consistent you are with upholding your boundaries, the more she will realize that you won't tolerate disrespect. Boundaries also serve to protect your emotional health. When you establish emotional boundaries, you create a safe space where you don't allow her to manipulate or emotionally drain you. If she tries to pull you into unnecessary drama or guilt trip you, you need to stand firm in your emotional boundaries. Remind yourself that you don't owe anyone an explanation for having boundaries. And if she tries to make you feel guilty for setting them, it's a red flag. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, and that means respecting each other's needs and limits. Moreover, setting boundaries doesn't mean being rigid or unapproachable. It means being clear and honest about your needs, while also being open to compromise and communication. It's important to set boundaries with kindness, not in a way that's cold or authoritarian. You want to establish respect in a way that invites understanding and growth, not conflict. When you set and maintain your boundaries, you communicate to her that you respect yourself and your needs. Women will respect you more when they see that you are willing to protect your well-being. They will take you seriously when they understand that your standards are non-negotiable. It's not about controlling her, it's about controlling how you allow yourself to be treated. By establishing and sticking to your boundaries, you prevent her from disrespecting you, and you create a dynamic based on mutual respect, trust, and understanding. Sign number 7. Walk away when disrespected. The most powerful tool you have when it comes to stopping a woman from disrespecting you is knowing when to walk away. Walking away isn't about giving up or being passive. It's about asserting your worth and showing that you won't tolerate any form of disrespect. In fact, it's one of the most effective ways to command respect in any relationship. When a woman sees that you're willing to walk away rather than tolerate disrespect, she will take you seriously and realize that she cannot treat you however she likes without consequences. When you walk away, you send a clear message. I value myself too much to be disrespected. This behavior doesn't stem from a place of anger. Instead, it's about maintaining your dignity and self-respect. If you continue to tolerate disrespectful behavior, you essentially teach her that you're okay with being treated poorly. Women respect men who have the courage to walk away from situations that don't serve them. It's the ultimate demonstration of strength. For example, let's say you're in a relationship where she starts belittling you or making demeaning comments. She may tell you that you're not good enough, or she may try to manipulate your emotions. In that moment, you have two options. You can either get defensive and engage in a battle of words, or you can calmly walk away. By walking away, you show her that her words have no power over you. You're telling her that you won't waste your time or energy on disrespect. You don't need to make a scene or create drama. Simply excusing yourself and leaving the situation will send a message loud and clear. Walking away also means having the strength to exit a relationship when it no longer serves you. If you find yourself constantly disrespected, undervalued, or manipulated, it's better to walk away than to settle for a relationship that chips away at your self-worth. No matter how much history you have or how deeply you care for her, you have to protect your peace and well-being. A woman who disrespects you will never truly value you in the way you deserve. She may apologize, beg you to come back, or try to guilt-trip you into staying, but if she disrespects you once, she'll likely do it again. Sometimes walking away is the only way to maintain your dignity. You're not abandoning the relationship. You're walking away from the disrespect, the manipulation, and the negativity. The idea is to let her know that your presence is a privilege, not a given. When you walk away, you're not only preserving your own sense of self-respect, but you're also teaching her a valuable lesson. Respect is not optional. Don't be afraid of walking away, even if it feels difficult. It can be hard to leave someone you care about, but sometimes it's the best thing you can do for both yourself and for her. Walking away is an act of self-respect. It shows that you won't settle for less than you deserve, and that you have the strength to walk away from situations that undermine your worth. Women may test you, and they may push your boundaries to see how much disrespect you'll tolerate. But when you make it clear that you won't put up with it, when you walk away when it happens, you not only stop the disrespect, but you also elevate your own value in her eyes. The moment you stop allowing yourself to be disrespected is the moment she will start respecting you more. In the end, walking away is about knowing your worth and having the courage to uphold it. It's about valuing your peace and happiness more than any relationship that doesn't honor you. By walking away, you show that you are a man who is in control of his life. And that is a quality that will demand respect from anyone, especially from women. In conclusion, stopping women from disrespecting you isn't about being harsh or controlling. It's about valuing yourself enough to set standards that demand respect. Establish your boundaries, walk away when necessary, and never tolerate disrespect. Confidence, clear communication, and unwavering self-respect will ensure you're treated with the dignity you deserve. Women will notice when you no longer tolerate disrespect and will respect you more for it. Remember, respect is earned, and it starts with how you treat yourself. Stand firm, don't settle, and always walk with the mindset that you are worth the highest level of respect. If you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on Channel. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction every day. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.